But we're going to get right back at it. Drivers in the Mini Swift category, rolling out for an all-Bennick front row. Troy Ferguson and Royce Vega on row number 1. Row 2, Max Cristea on the inside in the 139. And the RPG driver, Tristan Cristea on the outside. Things to go. They'll come into the staging lanes just to get things in position. And again, start line much further down the straightaway. Waiting for these drivers to get back at it again. They've all got the dark visors on as well. The lights are already on here trackside. The sun, I believe, will probably set very close to the time these guys are wrapping up, maybe up into the next race as well. But we are almost ready to be doing some running under the lights. X30 Pro and Pro Shifter, no doubt on the lights. Green flag flying, and we're underway with the all-Bennick front row, rolling them down here into turn number 1. Good run to the inside for Troy Ferguson. A lot of these drivers take the wider run around the outside. They maintain that momentum, keep it up on the pipe, and continue their working their way through. Good running so far. Leaders 1, 2, 3 lining up behind. 2, 3 wide. Looks pretty good further back. You can see 3, 4. How about 5 wide coming out of turn number 3? Mike Smith with his hand in the air. What are these guys doing?
It's a land rush right there. What are you doing?
That's it, right? That's opening the gates at a big concert where you're just going to run yourself down with your lawn chairs.
And Antonio Pizzonia Nieto, the only driver there in car number 173 there, getting eased to the inside there. He drops the back of the field. But yeah, we're running out of fingers and toes to count how many wide they were.
Opening lap already in the books, coming around, working lap number 2. Troy Ferguson with the lead, Max Cristea second, Royce Vega in third. And I'll tell you, this guy was not a happy guy at the end of the day yesterday, but Marian Kremer is a winner in his first heat race, stands by with Alexander Searle.
Thank you, Rob. Marian, like you said, yeah, wasn't the happiest guy yesterday, but today, all smiles around here. Describe that race to me and how you felt in the go-kart.
I felt confident in the go-kart, but sometimes you just look into these wins. I mean, I think Carl had it covered for that race. We were both on a strong pace, but it's hard to overtake when you're on the same pace as the other driver. So I was happy to stay in second, and then he, unfortunately for him, broke down. Sucks for him, but yeah, like I said, sometimes you look into wins, and they feel just as good as when you earn them.
All right, thank you, Marian.
No problem.
What do they say, guys? Good to be lucky, lucky to be good?
Yes, indeed. But I think that was very gracious of Marian to say that, look, Carl did have that one in the bag. But here's a battle for second. No one's got anything in the bag in this one just yet. Only on lap 3 out of 10. It's a Bennick 1-2 with Ferguson and Vega. Cristea is third. Pettit is fourth. Then it's Truchot, Christian McGaughey, Samet, Cagle, and Gutierrez. Once again, I noticed Matthew Cagle, the driver of the bright green NASA panel, very aggressive at the start, getting up that inside line there, and now he has to defend against a whole host here. They go, there's Noah Baglin in the 115 car, that Ayrton Senna tribute livery, and Baglin is on the fringes of the top 10.
So I'll give you the update from David Cole. He had a chance to find out what happened to Kyle Wick. Broken chain. Like I said, one of the worst feelings, right? Broken chain.
But we knew it had to be something on the drivetrain, right?
Yeah.
Because you're looking at the bumps of the surface. We're talking about the bumps, and of course, these mini Swift drivers, they're going over the bumps at, say 50 miles an hour, and that's causing 50 miles an hour worth of stress on the components. We got a battle for the race lead. The shifter drivers going over the bumps at like twice the speed, at 70, at 80, at 90, nearly 100 miles an hour, creating that much more tension and wear on the components.
Royce Vega making a move to the inside to bring along with him Max Cristea. So Troy Ferguson essentially getting rolled back into the third position. Alessandro Truchot right there in the 4th spot. Travis Pettit, Michael McGoy, Tristan Cristea there as well. Cagle, Gutierrez, Sam at the top 10. But indeed, these front 3 drivers trying to pull away. But if they start doing too much racing, Alessandro Truchot spent a lot of time in Europe this year. Not a guy that you want to give a chance to close back up. A former Superkarts USA Winter Series champion, Truchot, for Parolin USA up on the wheel, and he's bringing Travis Pettit with him, the driver from Trinity Karting Group, who we saw get a big victory earlier this year at the Superkarts USA Summer Nationals.
You watch Cristea right there, right on the back bumper, pushing all the way down the straightaway. One of the most patient young drivers we've seen this weekend. Continues it right there. Wants to try to pull away from Ferguson sitting in third, and right now it's working.
Well, listen, and one thing, too, you remember this. Here he is running with a couple of teammates at Bennick, right? He's the lone wolf in that front-running trio. he's not got any friends up there. The Bending boys are going to try to work together if they possibly can, so he's got to do the best he can to see if he can't get through. We got contact. That's
the number 156 of Jensen Mikalik.
And the 172.
And that's 3 wheels on his wagon. Wagon will not roll anymore.
That's trouble. I think that was Michalski, right? Yeah.
Michalski.
Tough one for him. Yeah, have a look at the wheel, but that's a rough one. Oh, easy now. Easy now.
I mean, that makes everything feel better. If you just throw the tire.
That's true. That's true. Get it out. Get it out.
Yep.
So, indeed, the battling further back continuing. Look at these guys. All that dive bomb moving down to the apex. Up front, it is still the Vega, Cristea, Ferguson layout there. Michael McGoy has worked his way by Alessandro Truchot. So McGoy getting by both Pettit and Truchot. Michael McGoy, the driver on the move up there into the 4 spot. Definitely a driver to watch. We've seen him run up front all year long. And yeah, Mike, you nailed it. Purple lap for McGoy, fastest driver on the racetrack.
That front 4 is rolling, and they're being patient, but not making any moves. And McGoy is going to be in the conversation here very, very quickly. Now to the back bumper of Ferguson as they go towards turn number 9.
And we just saw Didier Krieft, I think that was the Dutch driver for the Kart Republic team from Amsterdam, Netherlands, off tried. Now, okay, I've got to get my first Vegas joke in here. Max Cristea, Mike, he's in between 2 Bennett carts. Do I stick or do I twist?
So anyways, like I was saying,
we're not even going to answer that.
All right, there we go. Okay, if I'm Cristea, do I make the move or do I sit in seconds?
Well, if you look behind you right now, you got a little bit of gap, and so you stay patient, I think, because they are going hot and heavy behind him. In fact, McGoy is in that game as well, I believe. Yeah,
again, you see what happens here right now. Ferguson's got kind of roughed up a little bit there. McGoy, Truchot, Pettit have all reeled him in, and they have moved him back quite a bit. So it's now a 2-driver breakaway with Royce Vega and Max Cristea. And again, one of the drivers we saw go purple, that was Michael McGoy. He's leading the next group now. Front-running duo have pulled away. That is Vega and Cristea. They're going to put lap number 7 in the books this time by. So 3 laps still remain. They got a nice little advantage of 1.1 second. But the guy leading that next group has got the purple lap. That is Michael McGoy, Travis Pettit right behind him, as well as Alessandro Truchot and Troy Ferguson. They got a 1.5 seconds back to Ely Tristan Cressan, so they can work together to see if they can't close up on this front-running duo.
Cristea staying patient, just pushing. Already had this is the second shot at the exact same game. Last time it was Ferguson in the front, Cristea second, and now it's going to be Vega, Cristea second. Again, 2 good heat races setting up here for Cristea in the catbird seat, and look at the gap to 3rd. There may be time on his side.
And what did you say a couple of laps ago, Mike, is the fact that he has been one of the drivers to show the most patience. Sitting there with the lead. He's playing the perfect wingman right now. There's a move there for Ferguson to get by his first. I think he was able to get by Travis Pettit there, or maybe Truchot. Indeed, by Truchot. Pettit would be the next guy. But right now, Cristea has just shown so much patience. 8 laps down. We'll see the white flag next time by. He's just pushing Vega up the straightaway.
Daytona or Talladega going on right now on the back straightaway, and he is just pushing, and they are leaving the drivers behind him. They did personal best. 52.7 for them, but Michael McGoy on his own, 52.6, a full 10th quicker on his own.
Well, listen, I think they'd be able to catch them if Cristea was starting to battle. But he's not. He's being smart. We've seen so many guys battling back and forth, dive bombing, and they brought everybody back into the fight. Max Cristea right now on that Kart Republic, showing the patience, showing the poise, a little bit of maturity for a young driver. This would be a huge weekend for him if he's able to come away with the victory. He's shown all the signs of potentially being able to scrap it out. White flag flying. This is the final lap as they'll work their way down the straightaway. Where does Cristea try it? You know that Vega will run down the inside of the racetrack as they come through. No, big wide berth. That would have been an opportunity, but he's more than happy to sit second. Remember, he followed Ferguson around in round 1, and so he's got a couple of seconds potentially here. Does he even risk it right now?
Right now, it'd be a swap. It'd be a 0 points for both Vega and Ferguson on the first one, but Cristea would have 2 seconds, 4 points, a 0 and a 3. It'd be Vega, Cristea, it's P2. If he's thinking, is he doing math right now, or is he going to get set up for a turn 9 pass?
Here it is, the end here. We'll see whether or not we get a big run down the inside for Vega. Does he block to the bottom of the racetrack? He does not. Here comes Cristea to the bottom. Can he make it stick? A lot of speed coming out of the corner. What an impressive drive for Max Cristea. Book it. And he will take the race win. 65 thousandths of a second at the line. I'm going to say this right now. The best performance we've seen so far today. Took his time, had the position. Last lap, perfect.